Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful that you were here, you guys. Today, we have the King of Wands coming out with the Two of Swords. So I got the King of Wands. I'm like, okay, but what is this in relation to? Okay, what do we need to embody the King of Wands energy in relation to? And so we get the Two of Swords. Now, what this is telling me is that right now there's a decision weighing on your mind. Okay, we always have decisions to make. We always have choices that we can do. But I want you to think about what makes you feel the most empowered, what makes you feel the most confident. So when you're faced with this decision that's coming up, so let me explain the Two of Swords card. Every time I see this card, it means that we are at a crossroad. It means that you are at somewhat of a conflict. Okay, it's only the number two, so it's not like crazy conflict, but there is definitely something weighing on your mind. You know, depending on the other cards, it can be more intense versus whatever, like more meaningful versus more, not as crazy. But there definitely is something that you've been putting off. Okay, there's been a decision that you have not been making because you have the fear of making the wrong decision. You're making the wrong choice. And so what happens is we get stuck in this indecision, and see how there's a blindfold there and she's holding the two swords. So she's stuck at this crossroads and she's trying not to see, she's blindfolded, so she feels like she can't see the right decision. She can't see what's going on. But the truth of the matter is that it doesn't, like, every time this card comes up, it doesn't really matter what decision you make as long as you make one. So this is telling me that you need to have the confidence in yourself to make a decision. Okay, it's obviously not easy to make some decisions, especially if you've, like, say if this is a relationship with a friend, or it could be, leaving your job. It could be, I've seen this for everything, literally everything, moving, staying where you are, moving one place, moving to a different place, friends, relationships, like I said. So what this is saying is, like, so you're kind of like stuck making the pro and con list, but sometimes we get stuck making a pro and con list for like years. Okay, you guys, like, have you ever seen people like at office jobs or any sort of job, and you just see that there is something else for a person? Okay, you just see them and you're like, I feel like there's something else for this person, but they've been here for years and years and years, and you could just tell, like, they might have made a pro and con list and they're like, I make a lot of money from this, it is what I like to do. Kind of, it pays the bills, it gets me by, whatever. But they're like an amazing piano player. Like, they could be, playing piano professionally, or they could be doing this, they could be doing that. And so you see this and you say, why didn't you ever do piano professionally? And they're just like, oh, like, I made a pro and con list. Like, but what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes we get stuck. We get stuck in making this list. We get stuck in thinking like, they're really nice to me, but sometimes I feel really bad. Sometimes they make me feel like crap, this and that. Like, there's not too much love in the connection, but it's a really good connection financially. I feel very stable. I feel very supported. So, but you can just tell that there's probably something better out there for you. So you're like, should I stay? Should I go? But you don't ever jump into one of the options. You don't say, okay, I'm going to stay and I'm going to give it my all. Or, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to see, if there's something better out there for me. Okay. But if your intuition is telling you something, listen to that. And so this is saying, have the confidence to make a decision. Okay. Don't be stuck in the indecision. Don't be stuck in the middle ground and the gray area. Okay, it's saying, have the confidence in yourself to say, listen, you might not make the right decision. You might not. Okay, fact of the matter is, you might not make the right decision. I have confidence that you will be making the right decision. I do, but it doesn't really matter what decision you make as long as you make one. Do you understand where I'm going with this? It doesn't matter what decision you make as long as you actually make a decision. That's what this is telling me. So have the confidence in yourself to say, listen, I'm confident enough in myself to choose something. I'm not just going to be sitting here stuck in this period of indecision for long and long and long and long, you guys. Sometimes we get stuck in this period for years. Okay, we get stuck in this period for years, and there's been something else waiting for you. Okay, so let's say worst case scenario. Okay, we'll use a relationship example. So you stay in the relationship. but you decide to give it your all. You know, you do your gratitude list. You really just, you know, you do the couples therapy, whatever. You tell the other person everything you need from the connection. You give them everything they need from the connection, and you really try hard, and it doesn't work. You know what? You gave it your all, and now that you know, you don't have to stay there anymore. You can say, you know, I gave it my all, and it's still not exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna move on. You know, I'm gonna see. You know, I'm going to date myself for a little while. I'm going to find some, whatever the case may be. But at least you made a decision. At least you were confident enough to make that decision and choose something. So right now, you guys have the confidence to make a decision. Okay? You know, sometimes, you know, I don't know if you're a Libra or not, or Gemini. Us Libras and Geminis, you guys, they love to be indecisive. Okay? So they go into a store. They have so many options for clothes or for ice cream, whatever you're buying, and they just don't make a decision. They just leave the store because they're like, I can't do this. I don't know what decision to make. So it's saying, listen, okay, at the very most random thing, just flip a coin, okay? At the very least, just flip a coin, okay? And let it up to random chance. Choose it using a random number generator, okay? So if that's what you have to do, and that's what you got to do, but be confident in it, okay? Be confident. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know where you guys are stuck making a decision. What are you stuck making a decision? If you haven't had that yet, okay, this is the advice for coming up for you. So pay attention to this, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you so very much. I'm going to give you a big kiss. Mwah. If you haven't already, like this video and comment below if you want to see anything in particular. You guys, I love you so very much. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I will see you in tomorrow's video.